Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. The bold and the beautiful spoilers are in for Tuesday, July 29, 2025. Fans can expect Luisa Beccara, an Italian designer, to appear at the fashion show. Meanwhile, Eric Forrester, John McCook, toasts the crowd. Plus, Ridge Forrester, Thorsten Kaye, and Brooke Logan, Catherine Kelly Lang, go on a boat ride together. Let's begin with the adventure in Italy. The crew at Forrester Creations is headed to Capri and Naples. There will be a huge fashion show, and the team will collaborate with Italian designer Luisa Beccara. It is teased that the designer will help FC with a fashion show on the La Canzone del Mare terrace in Capri. In a preview clip for this week, Ridge and Brooke take off together on a boat. They are speeding towards a cliff where Eric and Donna Logan, Jennifer Gareis, urge them to come on up. However, we also see Nick Marone, Jack Wagner, desperately trying to get to Brooke. Fans know that in Monday's episode, Nick asked Brooke to leave her itinerary in his office. What if those plans get changed at the last minute? I could see Eric pulling something like that to make sure Nick stays away from Bridge. However, we also know that Nick is a pretty resourceful guy. The bold and the beautiful spoilers for Tuesday, July 29, reveal that Eric will make a speech to the crowd. What are the chances that once again, Eric does something to bring Brooke and Ridge closer together at the fashion show? Could Eric's speech include something about destiny or bridge? While Brooke and Ridge are in Italy, Taylor Hayes, Rebecca Budig, will hope that they stay apart. Taylor had a nasty confrontation with Brooke before the trip, where she warned the blonde to watch herself around Ridge. However, Brooke is so insistent that the only man for her is Ridge. I have to wonder if Taylor will end up in Italy, especially if she hears that Nick has lost Brooke and Ridge. We watched once before while Taylor spied on Ridge and Brooke in Rome. Could she secretly end up overseas and not even let Ridge know she's there? Just how desperate will Taylor get to hang on to her man? Tuesday's episode of The Bold and the Beautiful is set to shimmer with glamour, secrets, and a surprise guest who may be the key to unlocking long-buried truths. On July 29, the Forrester world collides with an international spark as Luisa Beccara, an Italian fashion powerhouse, arrives in Los Angeles. Meanwhile, Brooke and Ridge indulge in a nostalgic boat ride that sets off a chain of emotional flashbacks, and Eric Forrester raises a champagne glass with a toast that makes jaws drop. Luisa Beccara arrives. A queen enters Forrester Creations. For fans of European flair and high fashion drama, Luisa Becara's entrance will feel like fireworks on the 4th of July. As a creative genius behind Italy's avant-garde fashion label Beccara Mode, Luisa has arrived at Forrester Creations to explore a potential collaboration, or so she says. But Luisa's intentions are more layered than her couture. As she walks into the Forrester offices in sky-high stilettos and a lavender silk trench that swishes with every step, Luisa commands the room instantly. Steffi, still reeling from her recent emotional split with Finn, tries to stay composed, but Luisa's sharp eyes catch the tension like a hawk. Thomas, meanwhile, is visibly intrigued. Luisa Beccara, he mutters under his breath, I didn't think we'd ever see her in person. Luisa immediately sets her sights on Hope, who presents the latest hope for the future designs with her usual optimism. But Luisa doesn't mince words. Sweetheart, these are familiar, Luisa says with a knowing smirk. Charming, but you want to inspire, not repeat. Hope's eyes widen. Luisa's critique is blunt, but it's also honest. However, it's clear Luisa has a deeper agenda. She lingers at the display case containing archival pieces, the kind that Stephanie Forrester once wore, and Luisa's mood darkens ever so slightly. Could Luisa's past include a secret tie to the Forrester legacy? A lost love, a hidden betrayal, or even a buried design that was stolen and buried decades ago? Her interactions with Eric, later in the episode, suggest as much. Brooke and Ridge's boat ride. floating into memory lane. Out at the marina, the glamour softens into sentimentality as Brooke Logan and Ridge Forrester prepare for a private boat ride. One they used to take years ago when their love was simpler. Brooke wears a pale blue summer dress, and Ridge has that familiar half-smile he reserves only for her. Feels like we've stepped into a memory, Brooke says, leaning on the railing as the boat glides across the still waters. Or maybe we're writing a new one, Ridge replies, brushing a lock of her hair back. As they sail, viewers are treated to a stunning montage of bridge flashbacks. The desert wedding, the romantic New York getaway, the many times Ridge fought for her, and the times he didn't. Their boat ride is gentle and reflective, but not without tension. Ridge brings up Bill Spencer, not out of jealousy but genuine concern. I don't want to lose you again, Logan, not to him, not to the past, not even to yourself. Brooke hesitates. There's something she hasn't told Ridge yet, something Katie confided in her, something about Bill. But before she can say anything, her phone buzzes. A text from Donna. Luisa Becerra is here, she's asking about you. The name hits Brooke like a wave. Ridge sees her expression change and leans in. Logan? What is it to? Brooke murmurs something Ridge doesn't hear clearly. I haven't heard that name in 25 years. Eric's toast, old secret surface. Back at the Forrester mansion, a small gathering has formed to celebrate the latest success of the Legacy line, a collection Eric helped curate from the Forrester archives. Donna, Thomas, Hope, Zend, and even RG attend. The tension simmers beneath the surface. But the real electricity begins when Luisa arrives, uninvited yet elegant. Eric doesn't hide his surprise when she enters the grand foyer. Luisa, after all this time. Eric, she says with an unreadable smile. You still stand tall in your empire. The two share a long silent moment. Donna is immediately unsettled, and Thomas notices too. What follows is one of the bold and the beautiful's classic parlor room scenes. Hushed murmurs, pointed glances, and champagne flutes fill just high enough to reveal bubbling truths. Eric lifts his glass and begins a toast. To family, to legacy, and to the truth, no matter how long it takes to surface. Everyone claps, except Luisa, whose gaze stays locked on Eric's. Her voice cuts the room like silk. Careful, Eric. You always did have a taste for dramatics. But truth, that's rarely your strong suit. Donna frowns. Excuse me? Did he ever tell you, Luisa asks, about our time together in Milan? About the designs he promised me would be credited under my name. Gasps ripple across the room. Eric tries to step in. That's not how it happened. No, she challenges. Then maybe it's time we all get reacquainted with the past. Hope and Thomas exchange glances. Could Luisa Becerra have been the real mind behind some of Forrester's earliest iconic designs? Later, Steffi meets with Luisa privately in the CEO office. She tries to regain control after earlier being taken aback by the designer's arrival. Steffi is cautious, not just because Luisa is intimidating, but because she senses her presence threatens everything. Why now? Steffi asks bluntly. Why show up after decades? Because time heals all wounds, Luisa says, but betrayal ages badly. Luisa doesn't hold back. She says she's here for a collaboration, but one that reflects truth, not a polished myth. Either the Forrester name embraces transparency, or it crumbles beneath its own history. Steffi finds herself torn. On one hand, Luisa could breathe fresh, international life into the Forrester brand. On the other, her very presence could reopen old wounds. Wounds that include secrets her grandfather never intended anyone to know. Bridge's future. A new chapter or old regrets? As the sun sets and the boat docks, Ridge and Brooke share one last quiet moment. What do you think she wants? Ridge asks. Justice. Brooke replies. Or maybe revenge. Ridge holds her hand and looks out at the ocean. Either way, I'm not letting anything come between us again. Not Luisa, Not the past, not even your stubborn silence. Brooke nods, but her face is clouded. She knows something about Luisa that could change everything. Not just about Eric, but about her own connection to Beccara. One that involves a fashion scandal, a hidden diary, and a fire that destroyed years' worth of designs in the 90s. Could Brooke have played a larger role in Luisa's downfall than she's letting on? The episode ends with Luisa alone in the Forrester design room, the lights dimmed, flipping through an old sketchbook, one that's been in the Forrester archives for years. She stops at a design labeled Midnight Echo, Spring 96. The sketch has her signature, faint, but unmistakable, beneath Eric's. Luisa whispers to herself, "I'm going to take back everything they stole, one stitch at a time." As she turns to leave, Hope stands in the doorway. "I know what you're doing," Hope says quietly. "And I'm not going to let you destroy my family." Luisa raises an eyebrow and smiles. "Oh darling," she purrs. "I'm not here to destroy your family. I'm here to remind them who helped build it." Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe our Boldy and BAU to HFUL UPDAT YouTube channel for more update news.